Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a story that makes me smile from ear to ear for you here today. It is titled, Ex-Wife Instantly Regretted Divorcing Me After Finding Out That I Was Legally Broke. She got absolutely nothing. This is what I love to see in divorce stories, guys, where, women, they'll divorce their husbands or they'll leave their long-term boyfriends if you live in a common law state or something like that. And they do this because they think they are going to leave with cash and prizes. Like, oh, my husband's a millionaire. So if I divorce him, I'm going to be able to take half of his net worth. And I really like to see the stories where the women don't actually get crap and they just completely lose it. Because in my opinion, the women don't deserve anything anyway. Okay? It's the dude's money. The dude oftentimes spent his entire life working for this crap. And you've got some woman who decides, well, I was there, so I deserve half. It's always great to see when they get absolutely nothing. So guys, don't forget to like the video on your way in. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new here. And let's jump into this particular story. So, a 36-year-old man shares how his wife divorced him thinking that she would walk away with half of everything, only to discover that due to his financial planning, she was entitled to absolutely nothing. Her regret came quickly. Beautiful stuff. So it says, I'm a 36-year-old male. My ex-wife is 34. We were married for 10 years and together for 12. Wow. We met when we were both broke students. I was studying business. She was doing psychology. Oh, great. You could have just left the story there. You know what I mean? She was doing psychology. I think that's enough said. For the first few years of marriage, we lived simply, renting a small place, eating cheap meals, and building up from nothing. Eventually, I started my own business. Things went well. They went very well. By year 7 of marriage, I was running a 7-figure company. We bought a house. We took vacations. 7 figures. Wow. This guy's raking it in. Millionaire. Bought a house. Took vacations. Upgraded our lifestyle. But along the way, she changed. Excellent stuff. She started resenting how much time I spent working. Let me stop you there. I find this to be so stupid, guys, because on the one hand, okay, women will sit there and they will say, you know what, in order to have a relationship with me, because I am so amazing, a man needs to earn and then like insert some unreasonable figure of money. Okay, we've all seen the videos, guys, of women just being completely out of touch with reality, demanding a dude who earns a bucket load of money, that sort of thing. But the moment you tell them that the man actually has to spend his time to work to make that money, then the women just lose their marbles. Oh, I just want a millionaire husband who can sit at home with me all day and do absolutely nothing. Like, the reason why a lot of these guys are successful is obviously because they're going to be spending so much time working. This is like a dude sitting there and going, you know what? I want a woman who will cook me like 6 meals a day, smaller portions kind of thing. All of them have to be unique kind of dishes, right? And then you've got a woman who cooks for you and she makes all of these unique multiple dishes a day, fresh, okay? And then you sit there and you're like, man, she just spends so much time cooking. Like, yes, of course, like, these women are so stupid sometimes, guys. I want a millionaire husband. Wait a minute. He has to work? Wow, crazy that. My goodness. I feel like my IQ is dropping, guys, whenever I read crap like this or I watch videos, I feel noticeably stupider. Look at me. I'm using words like stupider. It's already starting. Holy hell. Anyway, I tried to explain that this is what building something meaningful required. Yeah, so he tried using common sense, but it never landed. Oh my goodness. She started hanging around new friends, most of whom were single, and openly told me she was figuring out who she was outside of being a wife. By year 9, she had 1 foot out of the door. Yeah, so whenever you have women having these sorts of discussions, right, of like, oh, I need to figure out who I really am, or I want to be in a marriage, but I want to maintain my independence. Women who are actually interested in you and the relationship never say crap like this because they want to be viewed as a singular object with you, right? They want to be seen as a pair. Any of these women who are like, oh, I want to be seen as more than my marriage, more than just a wife, they don't want to be a wife. That's the translation, guys. Like, if a woman actually wanted to be your wife, they would be happy being defined as a wife. It wouldn't be a damn problem whatsoever. Anyway, she filed and expected to clean me out. About a year ago, she sat me down and told me she wanted a divorce with no major fight, no infidelity that I know of, just a cold, emotionless, I'm not happy anymore. Within 2 weeks, I was served papers. Her lawyer was aggressive. She was going after the house, assets, and what she thought was half of the business. What she didn't realize was that I had structured everything legally in a way that she couldn't touch. Years earlier, with the advice of a very sharp accountant, I moved everything. The business was owned by a holding company registered in another state. The home owned under a family trust. My car leased under the company. My savings legally funneled into assets that weren't in my personal name. So also probably back into the trust, I imagine. On paper, I had less than $5,000 to my name. When it came time for financial disclosures during the divorce, her lawyer was confused, then furious. She called me directly, the first time in weeks, mind you, and she said, "What the hell is this?" I told her the truth. I've been legally broke for years. That is funny, and I think part of the reason why the dude got away with doing this as well is probably because he did it so long ago. Okay, like courts will oftentimes, they'll look at stuff like this, at least from what I understand, and if they view it as like you trying to hide your assets and not actually like a genuine family trust, for example, basically if they think you're just doing this to try and avoid paying out your wife, i.e., you do it close to the divorce, that sort of thing, a lot of them will actually just throw it out, from what I understand. So this guy probably had it going for him in the sense that he did this quite some time ago. So he was doing this the whole time, realistically, you know? Anyway, let's continue. So she got nothing. She got no house. She had no stake in the business, no spousal support. She walked away with her own car, the contents of her personal bank account, and a reality check. I imagine the contents of her personal bank account too were probably minimal, given that she probably sat her ass at home and did nothing, would be my guess, right? After the husband became successful, I guarantee you she's probably sitting at home, not using her psychology degree in any capacity whatsoever. The settlement was signed and finalized faster than either of us expected. I think she was too embarrassed to drag it out. She didn't even tell her family the full story. From what I hear, she said, "We split things evenly." Interesting. So the family's going to know, by the way, because she's not going to have half of his crap. So about a month after the divorce, I got a text from her late at night saying I messed up. I didn't respond. She followed up the next day trying to call. She left a voicemail saying she missed us and didn't realize how good she had it, but I was completely done. This wasn't about the money. It was about the principle. She didn't want to build anything with me. She just wanted to cash out when the work was done. This is absolutely true, and this is something that a lot of modern women do, guys. And this is exactly why, as well, I don't encourage marrying at all, especially in Western countries. I think it's a terrible idea for men, you know, because you can be on the hook for absolutely everything you have built, which is incredibly sad and shouldn't even be allowed in the first place, in my opinion. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.